Hello, children. We have discussed about up till certain adaptations in plants which help them for transpiration. Also, we have discussed on the external factors and internal factors. One thing here I would like to say that in the second video of transpiration, only the problem was that the image of the board was flipped. So I have clicked the the correct form of the board's picture, and that I will be sending you on the Google Classroom. So see from there. Okay. Also, the reasoning questions from this chapter, that also I'll be sharing you after this chapter finishes today. Okay. So we have discussed about factors that affect transpiration externally. Internal factors we have discussed. We have discussed about the adaptations. Now the last part of this chapter talks about the significance of transpiration. So how this transpiration affects, it gives a cooling effect. Whenever there is an water loss from the body, so that evaporation of water, it helps in reducing the temperature of the leaf surface. So whenever the water is lost, even when we sweat, what happens? Whenever we perspire and the water is taken away, whenever the wind blows, we get that cooling effect. The reason being that water has you must have read in physics, it has a latent heat, the heat which is hidden, है ना? So that heat is taken, the body's heat is taken away by the water. So here also that is affecting. So that is why this cooling effect is given by the transpiration. So evaporation, it helps, evaporation of water in the form of water vapor, it helps in reducing down the temperature of the leaf surface. Therefore, transpiration is useful to plants, specifically on hot sunny days, because intense heat is there. And there is one more drawback. When there is excessive heat, the enzymes, they cannot function. They cannot function even at very, very low temperature also. So in this case, this is giving the cooling effect. Second is suction force. The second significance is the suction force. So suction force means the force which is produced, which helps in the movement or in the ascent of sap. So transpiration basically is helping in the ascent of sap. How leaves are losing the water, and there is a vacuum which is created that results in a suction force. That is why we have discussed even in the case of your previous chapter, that is absorption of water by roots, you have seen कि जैसी water loss होता है तो एक vacuum create होता है, because of which the water molecules, they start moving up. We are again going to see today there are a number of forces which function. I have talked about adhesive and cohesive forces in the previous part of the chapter, previous chapter, that we are discussing virtually. So this suction force, it is developed, and this suction force only helps the plant to get the water from the roots to the leaves. भाई मोटर तो लगी नहीं, कोई आपने मोटर ऑन कर दी, नीचे से पानी ऊपर चढ़ के लीव्स तक पहुंच गया, नॉट लाइक दैट. सो इट इज that this water is reaching up through ascent of sap. Next is the distribution of water and minerals. Now, since this water, it will be taken, through the entire passage, so this water will be equally distributed. And higher the rate of transpiration, greater will be the rate of absorption of water and the solutes from the soil. Naturally, जितना ज्यादा water loss होता जाएगा, उतना ही हमको water उसमें refill करना पड़ेगा, है ना? जितनी ज्यादा गाड़ी चलेगी उतना ज्यादा फ्यूल कंज्यूम होगा. उसी तरीके से जितना ज्यादा ट्रांसपिरेशन होगा, जितना ज्यादा वाटर इवेपोरेट होगा, ग्रेटर विल बी द रेट ऑफ एब्जॉर्प्शन. एंड इन केस इफ रेट ऑफ एब्जॉर्प्शन गोज लेस, व्हाट विल हैपन? द प्लांट विल स्टार्ट ड्राइंग अप, विल्टिंग, ड्रूपिंग. Transpiration affects climate also. There are certain experiments which are done, on the basis of which it was found that a fully grown sunflower plant loses about half a liter of water in a day, and about 2 liters of water is lost by a single maize plant. 30 liters of water, a large apple tree, this much has been experimentally demonstrated. It is seen that these large quantities of water, they are lost. So these figures, they are the huge quantities of water. What do they tell us? That particularly where the more forest, more trees are there, it is helping in maintaining the balance of the nature. They are collecting this water vapors in the atmosphere, which helps in resulting of rain. So the transpiration, it helps in increasing the moisture in the atmosphere, which helps in bringing down the rain. So in this way we can say that forests, they contribute in bringing rain. And what is the secret? Transpiration. So this is a reasoning question, you can mark it in your book, that forest helps in bringing the rain. Why is it so? That is because of transpiration. Transpiration takes place, it increases the moisture in the atmosphere, and this moisture, it helps in formation of clouds, and then it helps in bringing down the rains. Okay, so then you see the next part, guttation. We have talked about guttation when we were discussing root pressure. So guttation basically is the result of root pressure. Some plants, they may lose water, or the other fluids along with the dissolved substances directly in the liquid form, not as a water vapor. So this is basically the exudation. Exudation means coming out of the fluid which is present in the plant. So this fluid can come out in two ways. One is guttation, other is bleeding. So in case of guttation, what is happening? There is a loss of these water in the form of water droplets. So it may contain some dissolved substances also, because there is excessive root pressure. So because of that root pressure on the margin of the leaves, you can see in your books also, leaves of a plant is shown where the small droplets are just surrounding the margin of the leaf. So that is called as guttation. So if it is asked, how do you define guttation? So it occurs first of all from the edges of the leaves, and it mainly is the result of root pressure, which actually helps in loss of water in the form of water vapor through the margins of the leaves. Now there is a special structure which is present, and that is called as hydrothode, which helps in the process of guttation. Bleeding. Now bleeding is what? Whenever the body gets any hurt or injury, so this plant sap starts escaping out. That is also because of excessive root pressure. Since the root pressure is generated, it is taking, assisting the movement of water from the roots to the stem, leaves up. So it is passing through the stem in place in between. If anywhere this gets cut, or so what will happen? The bleeding will begin. And what is that? It is basically the plant sap that is coming out of the ruptured cell, cut end, or the injured part. Then the last part of the chapter talks about summing up the whole thing. Now, this phenomena you can see through this picture. It is only a representation. In your book, the complete diagram is given, and half of it I have already discussed with you. If you remember, I told you the pathway of the movement of water, that is ascent of sap. So, how that moves, I told you, soil water जाएगा root hair के अंदर, root hair के बाद it will enter into the epidermis, epidermis से जाएगा cortex, cortex से जाएगा endodermis, endodermis से जाएगा pericycle, pericycle से xylem, and then it will move through the xylem vessels and tracheids up to the leaves. तो ये है soil surface, ये इसके नीचे वाटर एब्जॉर्ब हो रहा है. वाटर किन किन चीजों से एब्जॉर्ब होगा? इम्बिबिशन और दूसरा ऑस्मोसिस. So these are the two processes which are involved, and we have already discussed about imbibition and osmosis. Then as it moves up, अब ये water move up कैसे करेगा? Root pressure के through. Root pressure we have discussed in virtual class also, the continuous inward movement of water molecules that is taking place through this xylem vessels, है ना? So that is root pressure. Along with root pressure, there is force of cohesion and capillarity. And today itself, I told you that cohesive force means the force between two water molecules, that is cohesive force. Whereas there is another force that is called as adhesive force. So adhesive force means water molecules की property होती है वो surface से चिपक के चलते हैं. Adhesive means glue, चिपकना. So they get adhered to the surface of the water, this surface where they are moving, and that is why they move up. So root pressure हो गया, cohesive force हो गया, adhesive force हो गया, capillarity. ये जो cohesive force है, this only results in the capillarity action. I gave you the example. If you dip a corner of a any cloth which is hung on a tap and you leave it for some time, you'll see that because this property of water molecules cohesive force, they can move to a certain distance. तो xylem vessels जो है वो narrow vessels हैं, इसमें easily water can move up. That is because of these things. Now, while moving up, what happens in some plants? Very old trees are there, or I told you बाहर की तरफ bark present होता है phloem. So on that bark, old woody bark, there are structures which are called as lenticels. Lenticels की location is very important. Where are they present? They are present on the surface of old woody stem and they open. Okay, so they from there this lenticular transpiration takes place. I told you the amount is somewhere around 1 to 2%. So यहाँ से थोड़ा transpiration हो गया. Then water again is moving up. Then it reaches to the leaves, and you know the structure of leaves. I told you there are mesophyll cells present, which is basically divided into two types: palisade parenchyma and spongy parenchyma. Spongy parenchyma नीचे की तरफ present होता है, palisade parenchyma ऊपर की तरफ present होता है, and through this there are various intercellular spaces जहाँ पे water collect होता है और यहाँ सब stomatal space में पहुंच के finally stomata के through बाहर निकलता है. That is called as stomatal transpiration. And there is some amount of water which is lost through the cuticle of the leaf. So that is called as cuticular transpiration because some amount of water is present here also. So when it is facing that strong light, it can easily convert it into the form of water vapor that is lost. There are number of substances which act like anti-transparents. There are a number of substances which act like anti-transparents. So what are anti-transparents? Anti-transparents are those substances, agents, chemicals which are used to reduce or cut the rate of transpiration. They are called as anti-transparents. For example, there are a number of substances which can be used in as anti-transparent. Anti means opposite. So इसमें you have phenyl mercuric acetate, abscisic acid, which is a growth regulator. Now, since the chapter has been removed, chemical coordination wala, so this is also there. And then when there is very very high concentration of carbon dioxide, in that case also, जब CO2 का परसेंटेज ज्यादा ये बताया था adaptation में, तो जो स्टोमेटल पोर है वो बंद हो जाएगा. स्टोमेटल पोर बंद हो जाएगा उसका मतलब क्या है? ट्रांसपिरेशन विल नॉट टेक प्लेस. तो जब ट्रांसपिरेशन नहीं होगा तो हायर कॉन्सेंट्रेशन ऑफ CO2 कैन ऑल्सो बी अंडरस्टूड एज वन ऑफ द एंटी ट्रांसपेरेंट्स. सो व्हाट आर एंटी ट्रांसपेरेंट्स चिल्ड्रन? एजेंट्स और केमिकल्स which are used to cut the rate of transpiration. All right. And इसमें और भी बहुत सारी चीजें आती है जैसे कलरलेस प्लास्टिक शीट हो सकती है, रेजिन हो सकता है, सिलिकॉन ऑयल हो सकता है, लो विस्कोसिटी वैक्सेस हो सकते हैं. सो ऑल दीज आर व्हाट? दे आर एंटी ट्रांसपेरेंट. वो केमिकल्स, वो सब्सटेंसेस विच हेल्प इन रिड्यूसिंग और कटिंग डाउन द रेट ऑफ ट्रांसपिरेशन. तो अगर हम किसी भी, अभी एक एक्सपेरिमेंट हम लोगों ने डिस्कस किया था जिसमें लीफ के ऊपर वैसलीन अप्लाई करी थी, तो वैसलीन क्या कर रही है? वहां पे ट्रांसपिरेशन को रोक रही है. सो दैट इज एंटी ट्रांसपेरेंट एग्जांपल. देन कलरलेस प्लास्टिक रेजिन, सम ऑयल से कवर कर देते. टेस्ट ट्यूब में एक्सपेरिमेंट देखा था, उसमें जो सरफेस ऑफ द वाटर है दैट इज कवर्ड विद द ऑयल. व्हाई? टू प्रिवेंट द लॉस ऑफ वाटर थ्रू वाटर वेपर और टू प्रिवेंट दिस transpiration. That is it. So this was all about this chapter, transpiration. There are number of reasoning questions which I think I will, if I dictate you just now, you will not be able to write down. A few questions like the difference between guttation and bleeding, transpiration and evaporation, transpiration and guttation. All these are given in the books in a column form. You can learn it from there. I will simply discuss them since we have already talked about the transpiration and guttation. So we can discuss some points. तो क्या क्या किस किस बेसिस पे हम डिफरेंशिएट कर सकते हैं? ट्रांसपिरेशन, इट इज वाटर लॉस इन द फॉर्म ऑफ, किस फॉर्म में होता है? वाटर वेपर के फॉर्म में. गटेशन में किस में होता है? वाटर ड्रॉपलेट्स के फॉर्म में. दैट इज फर्स्ट पॉइंट ऑफ डिफरेंस. सेकेंड इज ट्रांसपिरेशन में प्योर वाटर ओनली चेंजेस इनटू वाटर वेपर, जबकि गटेशन में water is lost, it contains some salts also in that solution. Third, water vapor is lost in transpiration through stomata, cuticle or lenticels, whereas in guttation it is lost through hydatodes. Then transpiration may lead to loss of turgidity and cause wilting, जबकि guttation में there is no effect क्योंकि excessive root pressure से हो रहा है. फिर transpiration में stomatal transpiration is guarded by guard cells, जबकि guttation में it is controlled by hydatodes. ठीक है. देन उसके बाद ट्रांसपिरेशन अकर्स इन द सनलाइट, वेयर एज गटेशन अकर्स इन द अर्ली इन द मॉर्निंग और एट नाइट. ट्रांसपिरेशन कूल्स द बॉडी, जबकि गटेशन का ऐसा कुछ इफेक्ट ही नहीं बिकॉज इट इज इधर अकरिंग एट नाइट और इन द मॉर्निंग. एंड द लास्ट इज दैट ट्रांसपिरेशन अकर्स ओनली ड्राई कंडीशंस, whereas guttation, it occurs in humid conditions. So these are the differences between transpiration and guttation. Please learn it. Difference between guttation and bleeding. So guttation takes place from the edges of the leaves where hydrothodes are present. Bleeding is by any cut part or injured part of the plant. In guttation, they exudate. Okay, exudate means they pour it out. They ooze out or they sweat out what some of the dissolved minerals. Bleeding may there is an oozing of plant sap or sugars. Then guttation occurs early in the morning, whereas bleeding can occur whenever a plant gets an injury. Then guttation ka example, Nasturtium strawberry. It happens in these plants, and bleeding can occur in all the plants anywhere wherever the plant is injured or cut. The third difference, transpiration and evaporation. So transpiration is the loss of water in the form of water vapor from aerial parts of the plant, whereas evaporation is simply loss of water from the surface of the body, and that is in the form of vapor. Evaporation is a physical process, whereas transpiration is a vital process. And evaporation is fast, whereas transpiration is slow. So children, please, now you will go through the chapter, you will mark the question answers. Along with that, since I said first of all our preference will be the diagrammatic questions, so that you will solve and be prepared. I will announce the date when we will solve the doubts of chapter transpiration, and a few important questions which are commonly asked in your board exam, that we will discuss. So thank you, children.